Hello and welcome! My name is Jessica Gem, and today I'm making an illustration of Shadow, a Friends Tabaxi D&D character that I mentioned in my Archie and Rail videos. You can catnap later, but for now, let's make some progress. Cringe, anyway. I began with some concepts. Obviously, my head was a bit stuck in a box, but soon enough, I was thinking outside of it. I looked at some actual cats playing and tried to translate some of their silly poses into an appealing idea. There's quite a few here that I actually really love, so maybe I'll use them on some other character. Anyways, I settled on this catnap on a wall in the sun pose. I started with some basic construction to really get the pose down, since it was a fun perspective and I'm not the most used to anthros, flipping the canvas as always to make sure everything was looking solid. I used a bright green to add the details over top of my base construction for the clothes and beard, keeping it flowy and comfy looking. I decided to use a rough textured brush for the lines for a furrish and sketchier look, and also had to make a couple more adjustments as I went along. I had my base color as usual, and then color pick from his Hero Forge examples to get things right. For the shading, I tried out a style that I had seen where the edges were a solid, darker line over the separation, except I used the same brush, and I think it looks pretty neat. I wanted him to be on a brick wall, so I tried to texture the top and then add the pattern, which took a couple tries, but I got it soon enough. I used a textured oil brush to add some loose grass, being a bit less careful since I was okay with a cartoonier look for this piece. I used the same shading technique for the background, and did my best to do a gentle daylight scenario. I tend not to use this much because I really like my dramatic lighting scenarios, but after some fiddling, I think it looks pretty good. I added some texture, tried a lens flare and some different effects, but decided against it and went with some crayon-looking butterflies instead. Such a pretty kitty! Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the creation of this soft piece. But that's all for now, so farewell, and have a wonderful day.